What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally giving you guys some Tundra content. So behind me here is a torn apart Tundra because somebody got too excited and started tearing everything apart before we even grabbed the camera. So as you can see, we don't have the grill, we don't have the bumper. Bumpers here, grills there, new bumpers over there. So the bumper that we are going to be putting on this is a C4 hybrid bumper. It took forever to get here because C4 is extremely busy. Yeah, unlike the Tacoma, the Tundra does not require any cutting of your OEM bumper to actually get an aftermarket bumper on. So that's the cool thing with that. So basically all we did was just took off the front grill and the whole bumper piece comes off as one assembly. So that's super nice to have. But now they're trying to figure out how to get the winch in the bumper before we throw it on the truck.
Alright guys, so for the C4 bumper for the Tundra, we are going to be using the X2O Smittybilt winch. And while we have the bumper laid out here, we're going to throw the winch on there and then put it onto the truck. So with this X2O Smittybilt, you get your controller, which is, by the way, wireless too. People don't know that. They always think that you got to plug it in to use, but you don't. It is wireless. You got your hardware, cables, and underneath the winch. Sorry, Milo. Patrick, where you going? We gotta put this on.
Which way does it go?
Done.
That's it?
Yep. And then you just zip tie the 4 holes in there.
Did you say zip ties? We're gonna zip tie everything.
Metal zip ties.
So why are we using a Smittybilt instead of like a Warren? Is because we're not gonna use the winch very much on this truck. So that's why we didn't want to spend all that money on a Warren. And this Smittybilt is actually pretty good. So that's the reason. So next we're gonna be taking off the hook that comes with pretty much any winch. So Patrick is going to be cutting down. What are you doing, dude? So we're getting the S8 in the bumper right now, and we picked out a couple more for the fog light. So the one on the very corner is going to be an S1 Amber. The one in the middle, Squadron SAE. This is the one we're going to be using on the street since it's street legal. And then the big one is going to be the XL80, also Amber. All three Amber, just because they do better in weather conditions. So yeah, that's that. We already have a bunch of lumens, but this is going to be a lot more.
Grab a washer.
Alright, after 17 hours of installing the Baja designs, we have the bumper ready to go on. Alright guys, so here it is, looking real good right now. So obviously you guys saw the C4 bumper. We got the Baja Designs 30-inch light bar in there. We have the Baja Designs XL80 with the logo still upside down, which we need to flip. The Baja Designs SAE in the middle, street legal, and the S1s in the very end, pointing slightly to the side. so they all work in their own little way. We decided to cut off the Smitty built little claw that they had, put on the Factor 55, which we love, flat link with the Factor 55 fair lead, and of course we had to throw on some Cavalry Blue shackles. So overall this thing turned out amazing, and since we didn't do a overview or an updated video of the Tundra, we'll go ahead and run down everything that we have done to it so far. So let's talk about the suspension first. So as you can see there, we have the Icon 2.5. We have it lifted up about 2.5 inches, but adding the bumper in did change it slightly, just because the bumper is a little bit heavy. So we're probably sitting about 2.25 maybe. We didn't drop too much. And then up here, we always use the SVC upper control arms, just because we love the adjustability of it and allowing us to move the caster angle forward. That way we can run a bigger size tire. And then up here, we do have the Method Con 6 wheels with the blackout bolts. These originally come with gold, but we swapped that out because we didn't really like that look. It was a little bit too much for us, so we got that swapped out. Next we have the rock sliders. These are the Apex Fab rock sliders. These are at a 0-degree angle, but for some reason it looks like it angles down just a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna swap it out, see if we can get a replacement. That way it's nice and flat, because we really don't like it to point down. Obviously it'll catch on other things. So, and you guys already probably saw the blackout emblem covers. Something new here is the up top Overland roof rack with the LP6s. We have 5 of them mounted up there, with a custom cutout fairing that is formed to each one of those, which turned out amazing. We do have a 2-meter awning on here. This one is by Front Runner. It does stick out a little bit, as you can tell, but this thing is so big it doesn't really look that bad. Next, we do have an up top Overland bed rack as well. This is called the Truss, and we do have the EX rack, which is basically another rack on top of the bed rack. So it's kind of like a roof rack on a bed rack. And the reason we have that is because this is a Sky Camp, basically the normal one. As you can see, it is long. It does go into or over the cab, as you can see there. Without this EX rack, we wouldn't be able to do that. So that was amazing, especially because this thing is a California king size bed when it is folded out. As you can tell right there too, the inner piece of the EX rack and the roof rack is actually color matched. It is Cavalry Blue, just like the truck, so it looks great. We got the rock lights built in right there. We have these cut out for some more rock lights to illuminate the bed and possibly the tailgate, if we decide to switch this out to the Mountain Hatch tailgate insert. That way we can use this as a countertop or a table to prep food. And up here we do have the Baja Designs RTL. It is basically a rear tail light. I mean, obviously, like, that's pretty much what it stands for, but this is a 30-inch and it fits this thing really well. This thing basically acts exactly like your tail light, but it is super bright. Turn signals, hazards, brake, reverse, this thing does it all, and it's really nice. it's so nice that we actually added it onto the Tacoma, which we'll show you in another video. On this side, we do have the Max Tracks. As always, we did red and gray, just because we have red rotor packs, which we forgot to mention on the inside of the bed rack here. That there is 2 3-gallon rotor packs. Going to the inside, we do have the Switch Pros mounted right here. This is an OEM little spot. It comes in super handy because it fits this thing almost perfect. As you can see, it is tilted slightly, but not too bad. It's actually a good spot, and as you can see there, we still have 4 slots that we could use for some more lights or some more equipment. One other thing is that we did the Clazio seat covers. As you can see, we actually like it a lot. The quality is really nice. It's soft and it's affordable. But yeah, back here, the center is perforated, so it breathes pretty well, and it's a lot easier to clean up, especially when there's a lot of dust and children. So that's that. And we swapped out the LED lights. I think we already did a video for that, so nothing new there. Don't know if there is anything else we missed. Alright guys, that is pretty much it for this video. We do have one other thing that we forgot to mention, which is a supercharger that is in this thing here, which we'll make another video for that. But that's it for this video, so we will see you guys next time. Peace.